it's in an email too, like.
Somewhere.
That's funny.
Exciting.
Getting a new grandbaby in June,
Oh.
but we don't know the sex either. They have 3 boys.
Oh.
So we'll see. I
What
can't
are you
imagine
guessing?
having
Are you
4
guessing?
Sounds like a
children.
rambunctious house.
Well, I already have, we have 6 boys now.
Hey, so maybe
We need a girl.
really bad.
Really bad.
It's funny, my friend, she got
It's
2
okay.
like kids who were old, like 9 and 7, and then she got pregnant accidentally, and so she was like, well, hopefully, she had 2 boys, she's like, hopefully it'll be at least a girl, like, and then of course, like another boy, and she's like, man,
I'm fully expecting it.
yeah.
Okay, we're on. For the board meeting.
Great.
Thank you.
That's so exciting. Yeah, I know, I like, 3 feels to me, I'm like, oh man, I like if I should have been 4.
It's mind-boggling to me,
I
but
know,
you know, they're the kind of people who should be having children these days. They'll be educated and kind people.
totally, so you go for it.
Yeah.
All right, great. Welcome, everyone. I do not believe that there's public comment today. But we will have Leah take the roll.
Nick.
Here.
Jake is not here. Matt. I'm here. Kristen.
Here.
Sargent, Pam.
Here.
Great, let the minutes show that a quorum is present. And it is 9:03 a.m. Okay, the agenda is before you. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll second.
Great. Is there any, like, do people have a chance to look at the agenda? Okay, great. All those in favor of this agenda, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. This is our agenda moving forward. First order of business is on the approval of the minutes from our, I think it was February 13th work session. If people have a chance to look at the minutes, any changes needed?
You know what, Megan, did I put Jake's and Pam's last name in section 2 that they motioned and seconded? On my copy, I did not. You need to just put their last names.
Which section 2? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It
the
says,
last
yeah,
names.
it's there. I will add those.
Sorry.
Yep,
No
that's
problem.
good.
Any other changes that were noticed? All right, the question is on the approval of the minutes from the work session on February 13th. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Great, the ayes have it. The minutes have been approved. Next order of business is approval of the minutes from the February 13th regular meeting.
Actually, that's
Where the change needs to be, not in the work session.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Any other changes? Great, all right, so all those in favor of approving the minutes from the February 13th regular meeting, say aye.
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 All right, the ayes have it, the minutes from the regular meeting have been approved. All right, next up, we have committee reports, starting with governance.
I checked with the Ted, and he informed me that we have all completed our training hours except for Jake. And Jake has completed 1 hour, so that's where we're at on
Okay.
that.
So mine came through. which is
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for checking on that. All right, and then next up is the audit.
Yes, so the audit has officially been released within the last month. We were issued a clean opinion unmodified, so that's great news. Overall, I just want to highlight that our carryover for the operational fund was noted at 528,000. You have seen that noted throughout your budget already. We were issued 2 findings as a result of the audit. I wanna just first relay different levels of findings to you. The first is non-compliance, that is the lowest level. The next is significant deficiency, that's the mid-tier level. And the highest level of findings is a material weakness. Our findings were non-compliance and a significant deficiency. The non-compliance was our pledge collateral was under collateralized, so going forward, we have set up a corrective action plan in place to review and adjust those as necessary, and they will be reviewed on a monthly basis. And then as far as the significant deficiency, we collected fees regarding food services. So we received the income twice, one from the state and then one from the fees collected. So as a part of our corrective action plan, we will be refunding those fees.
How many months did that happen?
It was the entire school year last year, and then it has,
Because they had told us over the summer to continue
The same.
running the same program, and then so we followed that through the full
Okay.
year.
they weren't notified that it was out of compliance until the finding, unfortunately. Yeah. But we do have a plan in place to correct it. Yeah, those were the only two findings. And nothing too significant there, but we're in good shape.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
All right, great. So next order of business is the financial report.
yeah, so we did have our finance committee meeting this week. We went over the reports in detail. To verify if she went over the bank account.
I did.
Did. So as a part of our review, we noted that your operational budget is operating in excess of 200,000. Again, that is budget due to the carryover we just added to the budget within the last month. So that'll impact what we're planning for carryover for next school year. With that being said, over the next month, we'll be going through our purchase orders report and seeing if any of those need to be modified and see what we can close out so we can get a better idea for carryover. As far as budget, we will be planning our budget for next year. We have a budget due date, that's gonna be June 3rd. And so we get all the necessary information. I don't have an update as far as what that means for that budget quite yet, but overall, your finances are in good shape. We have a healthy budget. We're set to fully expend all of our reimbursement funds. Have a good budget.
Okay.
That's it on my end, and we're no bars.
Awesome. All right, next order of business is looking and voting on the school acceleration policy.
So the New Mexico Public Education Department is requiring schools to submit a gifted education plan this month, detailing how the school serves students with gifted IEPs, how we identify them, how we make sure it's an equitable process, and then how we continue serving our gifted students and students who are maybe in need of acceleration, but who aren't identified as gifted. And so one of the components of that plan is to articulate the way that the school does accelerate learning for students who need additional enrichment and challenge in their grade level classes. So Altura Prep does not grade skip as a means of acceleration. And so we've just put that into our written policy to have that codified. Is how we do that, because our students do get that enrichment in their general education classes, and then students who get IEPs get that in their gifted course. So that's true for whole grade acceleration and then single subject acceleration as well.
That's great. Any questions for Megan before we vote? All right. The question is on the approval of the acceleration policy for students with gifted IEPs. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All right, the ayes have it. The acceleration policy has been approved. Scrolling back.
Up and down.
Yeah, okay, next up, is the, voting, reviewing and voting on the updated drug and alcohol-free school policy.
So this update just, the policy itself is unchanged. It is just updated to include the term nicotine liquid containers and electronic nicotine delivery systems to just expand the devices that are covered by this policy of not being allowed on campus or use it at school events or by school personnel and visitors at school events. That's what's in here.
Any questions? Awesome, so the question is on the approval of the updated school drug and alcohol-free school policy. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All right, the new policy has been approved. Next up is the Equity Council report.
So there's not a report that's different from last month. We, due to several different school events, we had to reschedule the meeting, so that'll happen during this next quarter, our last meeting of the school year with the Equity Council. And we'll continue to work on, the social emotional component that we started in the last couple of meetings, looking at anxious generation and how to read our book study.
Is the event still in motion for?
We're running into like scheduling issues in April and May, so we're trying to figure out. I know we talked to Ashley, the fund has to be expended before June 30th, and so we're just trying to figure out how to make that happen. Yeah, it's just the scheduling is right now because the Academy has all of their like spring events happening in April and May. Yeah, we don't have the space, and so a lot of it's just going to be coordinating.
Okay, great. Next up is the co-director report.
Yep, so our attendance took a little bit of a hit in February. There were so many viruses going.
I was gonna say, it's like everyone.
It was
but-
everybody and it was like every grade level had
Yeah.
some sort of different illness going around. And it was like, so we're still, we're still at about 95, 96. Oh, it did actually go up from January, so that was good. We're still at almost 96% average daily attendance. So, pretty good. We just, there are some kiddos that got, they just seem to get sick every time or, so we're just, in communication with those families. Interestingly, kindergarten has improved their attendance, which was good because they were some of the lowest attendance so far. 5th grade has the lowest attendance averages of the school. So we had some kids go on like extended trips. It's like, so, it's just increasing our communication with families about coordinate around breaks. So yeah, we're 95.9% average attendance in February, and then or as of February, and then we have 17 kids who have missed more than 12 days.
And what happens if that's the case?
Well, they get letters from us. We send emails, we make phone calls, and then if it's a persistent pattern of which there's like not a lot of communication, we refer to CYFD as kind of our only recourse right now. There's something in the in this legislature right now to try to give a little bit more teeth to the attendance process for schools. Because honestly, CYFD sometimes, depending on what else is coming in, like
This is not
it's not a priority.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of recourse that we have beyond that. But we do, because sometimes it's a symptom of a larger issue. But if a kid is sick,
They have the flu for 10 days.
yeah, and then they get stressed. It's like there's 15 days right there, and that's so it just is really, and then that reminder they have to like. So that's attendance. Enrollment. We've had 2 school tours so far this year. Both tours had maybe 50 prospective parents, which was really a lot. I was like, we used to just.
I'm trying to picture it in the hallway.
Yeah, so we had to divide them up, and Cynthia and I will take a group. One group we had to have Jen too, and we just had to like split them all up.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's a lot of interest, which is good. So right now we have, this is as of Tuesday, 310 applications.
Wow.
That really jumped.
Yeah.
Because wasn't
Yeah.
it 175?
No, it was like 200. So
But still.
it's a lot. And I mean, and our lottery's not, it's another month, so we'll get more. Yeah, so 310 for what's looking like 58 spots.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a 19%. That's great. That's, I mean, that's all of them together, but kindergarten, we have
It's like
100.
the Ivy Leagues.
Kindergarten, we have 176 applications, and 16 of those are siblings, so we'll fill 16 spots with just siblings about to have kids. And there will be about 47, depending on whether or not we have any kinder.
And what's our max enrollment overall? That you
So
can
our
do?
cap is 396,
But you can't-
but we can't fit that.
Right,
number
so
in
what
this
is your
This
realistic-
building is like 270,
And we have-
261 kids. Right now.
So we won't get a lot of more bump from having additional kids.
Yeah, there's not, I mean, the only way, it'll be a couple, it would be a couple if any. And most of that is like,
It's usually 5,000 kids.
yeah,
So it's not,
It's not.
How many of the kindergarten kids are siblings?
16.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Unless I'm missing somebody, so it could be anywhere from 16 to 18.
well, that's great, sounds really.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it shows that what we're doing is wanted.
It's wanted.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. Yeah. We've got a lot. What I would like to do is actually run a map and see where people are coming from.
But they provide limited information, right, on the.
Yeah, after, it
After.
would be after.
It would be after, yeah.
So it's just, it's hard to.
Yeah,
to
it would be
do.
interesting to know that.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Oh, we were doing data
I
dashboard.
can do data dashboard too. So, our state assessments are coming up in April. And then iStation data is consistent with prior months. So we have 86% of our students are proficient in advanced K-5 on iStation. And that actually, I'm just looking at that trend is interesting to see too, because we're 73% in kindergarten, which makes, no, that's August, 73% in August, and then up to 86 now, which is great. And then 67% in August for ELA, up to 76% this last month. So some good growth. Yeah, that's great.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's it. If anybody has questions about anything else, or.
All right, given that, would anyone like to make a motion to adjourn?
I will.
I'll second.
Great. So we are adjourned. I guess we should vote on the adjourning. All right, so we are adjourned at 9:19 a.m.